What do you secretly and quietly judge other people for? Drivers who ignore the wide white line in the left lane at intersections you are supposed to stop behind, so commercial vehicles have room to turn. Then they get mad when I am stuck halfway through my turn, waiting for them to back up. I'm just trying to do my job. Having a loud conversation on speakerphone in public. People who stand in the middle of the aisle at the grocery store, blocking the way for people to pass through. People who think it's amusing to humiliate their own children. Edit. For those who survived this, Our Estranged Agile Kids is an excellent sub. Also are mom for a minute and are raised by narcissists. You deserved better. Not paying attention to their children. People who get to a four-way stop before I do, and wave me through. Those who litter. Those who park like assholes, those who treat retail employees badly, so on. Those people who think being mean is a funny or cool personality trait. Bragging about how much they spent on their car, house, vacation, or whatever else. This doesn't apply to bargain finds. People who don't frickin' flush the toilet in a public washroom. I work in a gym and have to clean washrooms, so I see it quite often. Playing things loudly on your phone in public places. It just reads room temp IQ. People who don't clean up after their dogs. When you have a dog in a really loud dive bar or at a concert. Bonus negative points if it's a tiny puppy. People who complain about the same problems all the time without trying to come up with solutions. When you're in a public restroom and people leave without washing their hands. Not putting their shopping cart back in the designated spot when they're done with it. There are so many, but I think the one for me is when I witness people being rude to customer service wait staff. I immediately lose respect for people who treat service-oriented professionals poorly. A little grace goes a long way. People who don't catch the door after you've held it for them, provided they have nothing in their hands. People not using their turn signals. Seriously, not hard. It takes more energy for me to tell myself not to use it than it does to simply use it. Treating service people, whether it be retail, restaurants, airport staff, etc. poorly. People that get on loud video calls on the bus. People who swear at their small kids and smoke around them. Bad parenting or pet ownership. Prioritizing people with money, employment position, or social status ahead of others. When I start a new job, I always look out for the people that's something to say about everyone and complain about everything. I always wonder what they're saying about me when I'm not around. All of the influencers and especially wannabe influencers. I pick my nose. Every single day. But if I see you doing it, you're totally gross. Walking or standing in a way that impedes traffic slowly, into oncoming while inattentive, abreast in a group, lingering in doorways or in a walkway, especially if there is room beside. See any Costco. Assuming because you smoke, you can just litter your cig butts everywhere as if it's acceptable. Seeing people leaving a public restroom without washing their hands, vomiting face. Disrespect towards retail employees. They don't make enough money to be subjected to a display of anything short of transactional interactions. I judge people for the way they treat animals, children, and restaurant staff. Grown people who eat with their mouth open. Microwaving fish at work. Their treatment of animals. No motorcycle helmet moron. Leaving crumbs in the butter, jelly in the peanut butter, and vice versa. Not wiping the crust of the condiment lids. People who give their kids really stupid names. Celebrities can almost get away with it, because their kids will be sitting in a classroom full of other celebrity kids with equally ridiculous names. But Draco and Princess are most likely gonna have to put up with incessant teasing from their peers until at least the day they're old enough to legally change their names, and that's just not fair. If you're going to go with a dumb hippie name, at least make it their middle name, and give them a normal first name. That way, they have a choice over which one to go by as adults. Putting their personal business on social media and not having a private life. It's called personal information for a reason. It's information you keep to yourself. In short, learn to STFU online and in person. Poor table manners. Drives me nuts. Over-aggressive driving, overly passive driving, slow driving, texting and driving. I generally hate everyone else on the road. Jokes aside, I hate the people that treat the road like it's their own personal Fast and Furious movie. The weaving in and out of traffic, the tailgating, and the worst, the driving on the shoulder during traffic. I pray those people get pulled over by the cops and lose their license. It's almost always scenarios where you end saving that much time because it isn't long distance travel. If you do that. Mixing up cavalry and Calvary. Nuclear. Irregardless. Not using the turn signal. People when they have their speakerphone on in public. Super loud cars. Used to judge women who went out of the house in sweats, their husband's closed shoes, unbrushed hair, no bra, etc. till I became that woman. And it's not a lack of trying or laziness either. I just realized being comfortable makes me happier and more confident than the gratification from a compliment on my appearance ever will. Bringing dogs to very crowded places and the dog is clearly not comfortable, nor is it an ESA or support dog. Saying no offense before you intentionally and deliberately offend. Using to, and to incorrectly. People who leave their dogs outside chained up all the time. Spitting in public places. It's so utterly revolting and low class. Thanks for laying your long snot, with all its bacteria, all over the sidewalks. Raising iPad device children. People who don't have manners, i.e. don't say please or thank you. People who ghost. Giant ridiculous eyelashes. Giant obviously fake butts. Smelling nasty. Smoking. Social awareness. Did you not notice that you just cut off someone else who was talking? Did you not notice how uneasy that joke made everyone? Did you just sigh because someone told you how they felt? People who complain about money but have their nails done. Nails cost like $60, $80 these days. That's like a grocery trip. Body odor. Chronic tardiness.